Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Brews. It'd be nice if I knew how to change a thing. On today's show, Solanke's release clause is not going to be met. We still haven't changed our background.
I'm doing it.
Conor Gallagher is on his way to Atletico Madrid. Stay tuned here.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, your world famous morning news, brews and clues show with myself, the coffin, the roadman, the people that won't change the background, and we apologetically. But Dave, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right. Apparently, my observational skills are completely and utterly destroyed this morning because I sat here for at least quarter to.
Yeah.
You sat here for a bit talking, and not one of us noticed that the background did not be. It was the members show. So nice, yeah, that's great. It's a lovely background. It is a nice one.
But let's see who's in the audience this morning to take us through the show, to take us through the proceedings. We got Jazz Fusion, good to see her, saying, I don't do 4 a.m., so I'll leave this here. All release clauses are not created equal. My understanding with Dom is that Liverpool get a huge cut out of voting deal, so that's why Bournemouth needs 65. Right, you are. But we will talk about the release clause. We got it's me, it's KPV becoming a member. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for becoming a member again. We got a near ban in the house of Chelsea fans saying, rival check, the team that West Ham has built is really more than decent altogether. Top prospects in all parts of the field, and a manager like Unai Emery can easily take them to the top 4. We'll have to see. You have to see. This, I'm sorry, a near ban. You've not watched Tottenham at all the entire last season. You have not watched Tottenham. There is everything to moan about in this window. There is everything to moan about. No backup centre half for Mickey van der Ven, so if he's injured, we've got nobody. We've got no backup left back, Ben Davis. We've got no defensive midfielder, which means we're absolutely kamikaze and we let in 61 goals a year. We've got no backup attacking midfielder. We got no striker because Richarlison is injured again. Anymore? We need about 8 players in this Tottenham squad. We need about 8 players. But good to see you in near ban. We got Daryl Denton saying, say it every week. Talk the talk, can't walk the walk. Absolutely, Daryl. Good to see a YouTube member. We got Tony Rodriguez saying, morning, boys. YouTube member. Absolutely. Those are all the buzzwords. We got Ryan McFarlane's in the house, YouTube member, saying, good morning, lads. The window is poor because once again, our owners are using funds to property, build the hotel. Fully expect another 500 days without signing soon. Who would have thought? We got Tweaky saying, good morning, and have a good weekend. Hope to join you soon. Stuck in a meeting. No problem. Get your work done. Got Tarek and random one. Morning, guys. Like the Shadow Countcast over Transylvania. The evil that is Enoch is like does lightways. I can't read this morning. But Andrew Gregory's in the house. Say morning, Ben and Dave. Hope all is well. YouTube member. Kate Rex is in the house. We got MZ Hammers. Bongiorno. YouTube member. We got Rinketic. Sports Agenda, good to see us. Saying ho ho ho, he's going Jabba the Hutt. He's got Sean Slater, YouTube member. Good morning, Cough Road Manager. Conor Gallagher can be put to bed finally. Absolutely. Afternoon, Rhythmic Renegade. It is which one was that, Dave? That's Iron Man.
It's the Hall of Armor, Iron Man Model 1 Golden Armor.
Okay. We got Shem Tangs in the house, YouTube member. Morning, Benjamin and Abidoni saying, hope you're well. We got Mark Cousins, the sheriff, saying big up. Good morning. Have we signed Solanke yet? No, we're not. And we're going to get through that news. Paul Clark, hoping for a busy week in the transfer window. I hope so too, mate. I hope so too. We got Phil P. Woo! See ya. YouTube member. Good to see ya. We got Richest Man. Good to see ya. Steve. THEC Collins. Say Tony D's in the house. Say morning, boys. We have Zach Robinson, morning. Where's Ryan Isaacs? He'll be crying this morning. No Gallagher. Yippee-ki-yay. Absolutely. Yippee. Bomba! Bomba! We got Vinny's in the house. Good to see you. We got my lovely Amir, the Mr. Achi. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. These nuts. The riot. I predict a riot. Always, mate. I always predict the riot. Dragon D's Nuts YouTube member. Drew La La is in the house.
Drew La La.
Emu Val. Good to see you. Good to see you. We have Terry Collins, Christian Nuts, and Medic Greg YouTube member, John Michael. Everyone. Let's get going then. Tottenham Hotspur are not likely to meet the release clause for Dominic Solanke. This is due to the fact that they are insisting on that fee due to, as said above, they've got a 20% sell-on fee which they have to give to Liverpool. This deal does not sound good in any way, shape, or form, does it, David? It doesn't sound. 65 million. We've had all weekend to sit over it because we did the show on Friday, Morning Brews, and we talked about it. And I had a rant, which is you always need once in a while. 65 million sounds even worse today, doesn't it? After sleeping on it 2 days.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I mean, I know we're looking at trying to do like some form of swap deals for a couple of players or a player or something like that. Overall, it's just a terrible, terrible deal to deal with. And I still don't get it. I still don't understand it. There is plenty of strikers out there. Why we solely focus on Solanke?
Yeah.
I still don't understand that. You know, data can't tell you that Solanke is going to do better than another player.
Stats are worse than Richarlison's.
Yeah.
Stats are worse than Richarlison. Apart from goals last year, that's the only stat where he's better than Richarlison. It's the only one. So they can't tell me data-driven signings when we're not signing players that are better.
No. And when you look at it as well, by Solanke, he would technically be third choice striker because you'll have Richarlison. Then guaranteed Sonny would play up front as well if Richarlison was to be injured. Then it'd be Solanke. I don't understand. You need strikers who are gonna push the front strikers. You want ones who are better than them.
There's a list of them. Vlahovic is not coming to Tottenham. Osherman will not come to Tottenham. Boniface we could get. We could get a Boniface.
Yeah, but you're saying Osherman.
Jimenez from Feyenoord, we could get him.
Yeah, but you're saying, see, that's the thing as well. Or they won't come or anything like that. You offer the money, they will come. If Ange's project is so amazing, yeah, that we say when we sign an Archie Gray and we sign a Bergvall or we sign a Dragusin, yeah, who are all kids and who say Ange, they love the project and all that. If the project is so good, why couldn't we use that project to get the likes of Osherman, get the likes of Lazovic, get these top strikers? If our project is so good that everyone raves about, why can't that be used to do that?
Yeah.
But it's only good for kids, but it's not good for these type of players.
Yeah.
And for me, hey, if we get Solanke, I do what I always do. I said it last year, I'll say it here now, right? Yeah. He'll get given a year. Brendan Johnson was given a year by me. Ben, everyone calls me, yeah, right, the biggest Brendan Johnson lover and all that. What was I liking when we were watching the game?
You were swearing at him. You said some very devious things about him.
Yeah, because he weren't good. Sheep. Yeah, a lot to do with sheep. A lot to do with sheep. But I'm allowed because I'm Welsh.
Yeah, we got a comment from Paul Clark saying they're focusing on Solanke as he's homegrown. They're trying to get homegrown. Initially, he's the third best English striker in prime. After what prime though, Paul Clark? He's had one good season in 9. He's got 29 goals in 133 games. That's not a good striker. That's actually a very poor striker. And that's in a Bournemouth team that doesn't play teams that put 10 men behind the ball. At Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, every single team is going to put 10 men behind the ball against us, except for the top 6. He's not the third best English striker. I don't know what he is. If he was so good, he would have even got in the. He didn't even get in the squad for the Euros. He didn't even get in the initial squad.
No.
Not even Southgate rates him, let alone Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So for me, it's an
yeah.
idiot.
But going on that homegrown part, Ben, why is it got to be the striker that's homegrown?
Yeah,
we've got other positions that need filling. So it like I agree with you, Paul. We are looking for homegrown, but when it mentioned like written like that, and this is not a dig at you at all, but I've seen it a lot on Twitter and stuff like that. It's kind of used as like an excuse. Oh, but we need a homegrown. But we could use a homegrown at left back. We can use a homegrown in defence. We can use a homegrown in midfield. Yeah. This one, that Alvarez would be perfect for us. He would be the proper striker we could use.
No,
I understand.
Actually, how many times have you watched Solanke? I watched him, Tottenham Hotspur versus Bournemouth this year, and he had 5 clear-cut chances to put the game to bed, and he missed all 5 of them. That's all I needed to see. I've seen him for 9 years as a player. He's not good enough. The stats, the metric, the eye test, none of them say he's a good footballer. And that was the killing blow for me about Solanke. If Solanke could hit a target, they would have beaten us that day. That's how bad Solanke was. Don't want to see him ever again. Don't want to see him at Tottenham.
He's recommented saying so once. No, I've watched Solanke quite a few times. It's not about. We're not saying he's the worst player in the world. That's He's not. We are trying to progress our football team. Solanke doesn't progress us. After one good season, he doesn't progress us, right? But also really doesn't progress us after spending £65 million on him.
Yep.
That money, that's close to.
I'm going to ask you the question, Gary Hunter. Would you sign Solanke, a striker with 29 goals in 133 games, for £65 million? If you say yes, you are lying. Just straight up.
You can't justify it. You can't justify it, unfortunately.
Would you sign Solanke for £65 million when there are other strikers on the market who are better stats-wise for that money?
Alvarez is what? You offer City 70 million for Alvarez, yeah? 5 million extra. You know what I mean? And you could probably persuade him.
There we go.
Yeah, but if you look at his other comment, right, I agree with that, Gary. 35-40.
You can somewhat even that money.
You can justify,
Just about.
You could justify that. But 65 million, you're talking, you add an extra 5 million to that, you could go and get an Alvarez from City, right? Who is younger, has a better prospect for the future, and he's a bloody good player. Really good player. And I don't understand why it has to be an English striker.
Yeah. That's the guy I want.
20 million. But we're talking on another one, which I just don't understand our transfer window, and it makes no sense. Morning, Vindaloo, bro. Morning. Put 40 quid in front of Brentford at the level E3. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, hey, we're not slating Solanke, right? We're not saying he won't come and score 20, 30, 40 goals.
I'm saying
that's exactly. But as always, if we were to sign him, he gets the year. That's it.
Let's have a look. Let's have a stat. Let's have a look. He's been playing in the Premier League a lot less than Solanke. But what Ivan Toney gives you, he has. Let's share the screen. Because we can do this. We can do this.
We have the technology.
So he has 85 appearances in the Premier League and has 36 goals, and he has 11 assists. So stats-wise, he's already better than Solanke because he's got more goals. And that's what Tottenham need. Goals. We don't score enough goals. We need a target man. So yes, Ivan Toney would be cheaper and better. Last year, he didn't get enough goals because he had his ban, of course. You never know. That's the question about Ivan Toney. Can he rediscover his form after that really long ban, which is all down to him being an idiot? But
that's what worries me, Ben. That's why I haven't been on that Ivan Toney train.
He looked very good at the Euros, which is
already... He did. But when you look at other teams around us, right, and you look at the teams that we're meant to be competing against, yeah?
Yeah.
So apparently we're competing against the top 6, right? Which consists of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, right? Which one of them would spend 65 million on Solanke?
None of them. No, he wouldn't get in any of the top 7 teams.
No, none of them would buy 65 million on Solanke.
But Premier League isn't run over one season, Gary. He's got 1 year where he's done 19 goals. And
and he could come to Tottenham and he could score us 20 goals. That it could. This is the thing.
It is feasible.
It is.
Not playing 10 men behind the ball games every week. We need a target man that's going to back into defenders and bring people into play. That's what we need.
And the one thing about Solanke, he's a very rigid player.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? He's
player.
Yeah. If we can get it for a decent price, fair enough. You know, it's good to have another body there. I'm at the point of the window. I'd take Brian Hill on loan. Do you know what I mean? I just want someone in the bloody squad, mate.
Yeah. Solanke, not good enough. I don't care how much he presses. We need goals. We need regular goals, and we need a target man. We need a target man that's going to receive the ball, because that is the biggest problem Tottenham have had over pre-season. We cannot hang on to the ball. If you watch that Bayern Munich game, we were so wasteful in possession. We were so wasteful. So what we need, he's not coming, Ryan. He's on the way through Atletico Madrid. Somewhere.
I've already sent you it. I've already sent you it, Ryan, this morning.
Yeah. He's going to cry in a minute.
Yeah, he is. But for me, it's the case of, listen, I'm not going to sit here, right, and say to you that if we sign Solanke, it's the worst signing ever in the history of Tottenham. No. I'm not going to say to you your opinion on Solanke is wrong, because unfortunately, Solanke doesn't play for Tottenham right now, so we have no idea how he would play for us. That's the one thing we can say. But I'm more worried about the fact that this window has been very, very, very poor.
Yeah.
It's been a really poor window. And we've had plenty of time to do business. There is plenty of time left.
Another point of the Solanke case, isn't it? He wasn't at the Euros.
Yeah.
Why not sign him day one? Why not sign him day one?
It's a data-driven signing, though. This is what we got told, Ben. It's a data-driven signing.
So why didn't we sign him day one? When he wasn't at the Euros? When we said we've got to wait for after the Euros, we've got to use our FFP, blah 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 blah. No, this is a panic buy. There's no one else, so they're going for Solanke. It's a panic buy.
Yeah,
you don't take this long to buy a player that wasn't at the Euros for that much money.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think it's a panic buy though, Ben. I think he's on a list, right, of players that fit a certain criteria. But he's like down on that list.
Yeah.
Very down on that list. And they're just going for him because, I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't get how you have a director of football.
Yeah. I gotta do that.
You gotta do it.
Is he better than Brian Hill?
Yes, yes. I think Solanke is better than Brian Hill.
No, I don't think Brian Hill's better than Brian Hill.
Oh, right. No. Brian Hill's not better than Brian Hill. No. Brian Hill's really good. The other Brian Hill's bad.
Generational.
Yeah, so for me, it's a case of this, right? We apparently have a data-driven situation where our scouts, our director of football and everything have sat down, build up data, and that's how we deal with things, right? If that's the case, why haven't we got signings in?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand why we can't. And this, where people are saying, right, yeah, oh, but they were here, they were there, they were. Majority of the time, it goes through an agent.
Yeah.
So they could still be on holiday. They could still be chilling in the Caribbean or whatever they bloody go. The agent deals with anything. Then he'll get a message.
Gary. It's all good, mate. It's all about questions, mate.
No, he does. He does, Gary. He does. He's just, he's very passionate.
As long as you don't say some of the things people have said to me over the weekend.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I feel like this window's going down another route we've seen before, right? Where we get told stuff. Now we don't know what's behind the scenes, but we get told stuff. We run with it because we're excited about it. And then it ends up being just shut down again and again and again.
Mm.
At the moment, we're going to start the season, yeah? And people could disagree with me this, with a weaker squad than what we started last season. Because Adogi's only just started getting fit, which means he's probably not going to be ready to start. He's had no preseason. Again, we're weak there. Van der Ven and Romero haven't at all played with any played a football match.
They cannot start versus Leicester, by the way. If they start versus Leicester,
they get injured. Anything.
Yeah, they can't start versus Leicester.
I know. Then you look at our midfield.
90 minutes versus Bayern Munich in the preseason game. They won't have anywhere near enough minutes in their legs to start, which they're not. It's a preseason game. Yeah,
exactly. Then you look at midfield, yeah, right? Fair enough, we've got an abundance of players in midfield.
None of them are good.
That's okay.
None of them are good.
No, and from what the reports are coming out, and like I said, Alistair Gold pointed this out, that Maddison looked to be refusing. Yeah, either one of them, but it's not the starting player. Do you get what I mean? But Maddison was actually apparently looked like he was choosing not to pass to the youth players.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it. So I started, when we were watching other matches, I was looking at other players and everything. Pedro Porro, had Alfie Devine in acres of space on the left, just to the left of him.
And didn't pass to him.
And decided to take a proper stupid shot instead of fired it wide, high and wide, yeah? Now, don't get me wrong, I know he scored a worldie of a goal, but there was other situations. And it's looking like the first team are either choosing at times not to pass to the youth players, or I don't know. It's just a bit weird when you look at it, because when we brought the youth players on, and you looked at Mikey Moore,
they were better. They were better.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, kudos. Alistair Gold was the one pointing this out. And if you go back and have a look, he actually states this, that Maddison doesn't look happy. And I think I've heard
promises have been made and they've not been kept.
It could be. He could be told that we were going to push on and we were going to do fantastic. Then all of a sudden now we're using to load the youth players who, I'm sorry, they are incredible talents and they have an amazing future. But right now, this season, they can't do it. I'm sorry, they're not ready.
Saw Archie Gray, and I actually quite like Archie Gray. He was devastated by Bayern Munich. It was easy for them to take the ball off him.
He struggled. He
looked like a deer in the headlights. That's the first time he's played against. Championship is good level. Don't get me wrong. The Championship's a good level, and I like watching the Championship. But to go from Championship to playing not even Bayern Munich's A team, Bayern Munich's B team, and he was a deer in the headlights, and he's going to be playing that every single week.
Yeah, that's
week he's going to be playing against every
incredible players.
Yeah, Leicester are a good team. I know he played against that last year because Championship. Leicester are a good side. This is the biggest problem in the Tottenham fan base. We underestimate every single team we play against. We do it against every team.
Every year we do it. You know what I mean? And it's it's funny. It's funny that every year we seem to do this. But for me, Ben, right, the one player that I think is ready to start in that midfield, and I could be honest, right, and because he has shown, and he even did it against Bayern Munich, and that is Bergvall. Bergvall is unreal. What a player.
Yeah.
He has been consistent through preseason, right? That's the one thing you can say about Bergvall. Every game he's played, he's been consistent. Mikey Moore, every game he's played, barred the K-League one, he's been pretty much consistent. He's managed to, create a chance or something like that. Lancashire, I think he's not ready, but I think if you give him a bench, if you give him the bench next season,
couple of games against
couple of games,
one opposition,
I think he could do good.
Stages of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. I think he could do really well. I think he could do really, really well.
Yeah.
But let's go on to Ben, let's move on to the other one so we can actually talk about this as well, because it kind of feeds into what we're talking about. And that's...
so apparently, this is another reason why we're annoyed. I actually really like Djed Spence, but Tottenham Hotspur, if they sell Emerson Royal, are looking at another right back. What? You got Djed Spence there? You got Djed Spence there, and he's been playing really well this preseason. I really like Djed Spence. I think he's good on the ball. I think he takes the ball forward. I think his passing has been great. I think he likes to cross the ball. I think he likes to take players on. I quite like Djed Spence as a rotational player. I like Djed Spence as an understudy. And we're looking at signing another right back, aren't we, Dave?
But how many times have we done this, mate? If you look at Spurs' transfer business over the years, you'll see that this is not a position we need players. We have at least 4 players who can fill that position, by the way. So you start with Porro, then you got Spence. You could use Archie Gray, and then you've got Dragusin who could play that position. There's 4 players there that could play that position.
Yeah. So why do
we don't need to strengthen? Yeah, on left back, who we got? You got Donnelly, you've got Adogi, and you got Ben Davies, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Left centre back, you've got Van der Ven Davis.
I mean, Gary makes the point that I think they're going to use Spence as a left.
Yeah. No, that is a good point, Gary. That is a really good point.
But I think Spence is better on that right-hand side.
Yeah, and Donnelly, I'm sorry, Donnelly's gave a good shout to be in that position as well. So, again, if you use Spence there, you're kind of trying to fill a position with a player who doesn't necessarily...
Square pegs, round holes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. When you could literally be using Donnelly, who's done really well there, and he...
Yeah, that's the player we need.
But I mean,
Kate's in the house, Auntie Kate's in the house. One of the players she's always screamed about is Zubi Mendy. Zubi Mendy would be a great player to have in that DM role. 70 million quid. So forget the Solanke money. Play someone else there. Spend that 70 million quid on the Zubi Mendy. That is a centre midfielder you need. In front of that ball, dictates play. That's a player you need. That's a player you need.
Someone here's a question for you, Ben.
And moves the ball forward. That's a player you need for 70 million.
Here's something for you, Ben. Yeah, right. Man City, right? Everyone waxes lyrical about obviously the De Bruynes and players like that. Yeah, right. Who did they say is the reason City win most games?
Rodri, best player in the world.
Okay. Liverpool. Yeah, right. One player they bought last season. Yeah, I think it was last season or season before.
Yeah.
Who helped them in midfield because they lost Henderson and all that, which was that Asian player.
What's the Japanese guy? That's brilliant. It. They bought him from Leverkusen, I believe it was.
He was old. He was old, but he helped them, right? Then you look at Arsenal. What did Arsenal do? They spent £100 million+ on Declan Rice. Endo, that's it. Thank you, chat. Endo. Right. They spent £100+ million on Declan Rice.
Garty's class. He only wants Man United, though, apparently.
He does. But do you get what I mean? Of course they won't.
The most important part of the team is the number 6.
If you look through them top 6, yeah, right? You even look at Newcastle. Stuttgart, yeah, but you look at Newcastle, yeah? Right? Newcastle who do they have in there? Joe Linton. Joe Linton, literally in that midfield, mopped up everything. He was back, he was front, he was left, he was right.
As well, who's class.
Yeah.
Gamara is another player who's class.
There is, but they all have these type of players that are able to do that. The only player we had that could actually really do that role very well was Højbjerg.
Yep.
Now he's gone. So we get told we sell to buy.
Really that great in that number. Højbjerg
No, he wasn't.
As a number 4, as a number 8. That's what
But he
Højbjerg
still did
never
that.
played there in his entire career.
Bentancur at DM, not a chance. I honestly, the fact that we haven't seen Bentancur and he's not been doing anything is a big worry. Chris, it's a big worry.
I don't think he lasts. I don't think he's playing the first week. I don't think he's playing. He's got more lumps in his knees than a teenager's face, I like to say. Bentancur. I love Bentancur, but he's not good enough, and I don't think he's playing due to his shenanigans he did in the summer. I don't think he's playing.
No.
What message does that send to the squad?
And to me, Gary, he was to Arsenal. I think Rice was worth any.
Rice is fantastic. I argue with people this every single week that Rice is the reason why Arsenal took it so close. I think Rice is a fantastic footballer. But Edison from Atalanta, Edison from Atalanta is another good. They've got a couple of players in that centre midfield role at Atalanta that we could be looking at. They've got some great players there.
They have. But this is the thing, right? If we were to, so let's put it into perspective. Yeah, if we were to go out, right, and we signed Solanke, Neto, Eze, and a DM, right? That's 4 players, and I know that's unrealistic. But if we were to do that early in the window, building up to now, you could say, okay, the team's looking pretty solid. If we had decent players in their positions, right? We could say, okay, they're pretty solid. People don't think Tottenham can, but we're the 8th richest club in the world.
Yeah.
We just got rid of how many players? I think 8 altogether now.
We got a lot
7,
of players
8, is it?
Bill.
And we got told we got to sell to buy. Half the players we couldn't sell. We given them away for free. Don't forget, there's one player, no one, right? And no one in X has mentioned him. No one in the chat over all these thingies we've been talking about mentioning, Lo Celso. No one's mentioned him. He sat there in the shadows.
Falling out with Ange as well over the tour as well, apparently.
We haven't seen him at all. So Bentancur and Lo Celso, we haven't seen. Oliver Skip still seems to get game time as a defender. Now, does that tell you that Archie Gray, Oliver Skip, Emerson Royal, and who else has been there? We can say Spence has been moved, but, all them players have been played in that defensive position. Is that Ange telling Levy, look, I'm worried about me defenders. The 2 defenders we don't have, who are off on holiday, we have no defenders.
Yeah.
Dragusin, I'm sorry, and I know he only just come back from a really big break and everything, but Emerson Royal played better than him against Bayern, wasn't it? He played better than him. Emerson Royal did really well. And I will criticize Emerson Royal when I need to, and I will big him up. And he played better than Dragusin. But obviously, game time, he only just come back from thingy, and Dragusin is overall the better player, by the way. Just saying. Dragusin is the better player. We're talking about that game, not overall, before everyone comes at me and goes, he's saying Emerson's better than Dragusin. I'm not. But for me, this Emerson one, hopefully. But then you say about, see, the thing is, Rich, you say Fabrizio reckons we're going to be active. That is not fact. That is his opinion. Yeah. Fabrizio Romano said many times, Spurs are doing this. Spurs are doing that.
Says it, doesn't he? Because he knows Tottenham fans bite tweets.
Yeah, of course they do.
Because they're desperate.
Of course they do. Yeah. That's a question. That is a question because he hasn't had the best of pre-season. I don't think he's had the best of pre-season.
No, he hasn't.
For me,
I still
the
like
midfield
energy.
I know what the midfield is going to be against Leicester, which will be Maddison, Sarr, Bissouma.
Yeah, that's what it will be.
And it would be an insult to Bergvall because he's been better than all 3.
Yeah.
I feel Archie Gray will still do a better job than Bissouma in that lower back role, personally, even though he has made mistakes. But if you do you see what Bissouma did when he came on against Bayern? Bergvall made the most easiest pass to him and he completely lost the ball. How are you standing there and watching a ball go under your feet in midfield off a pass that you weren't even under pressure for?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense. But we've still got plenty of time in the window left, and we're hoping Tottenham are now, because they're back in London, they're now doing business. Hopefully we get a couple more players in. If we don't, and we only sign one more player, buckle your seatbelts up, because this is going to be a harsh season for us, I feel.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope I'm completely wrong and we go on and have an incredible season. Yeah, exactly, Rich. He did. But I hope we go on and have an absolutely incredible season. But we need to start doing it now.
Paper, is it, Dave? It's paid on glass.
It's not.
But
it's
on
not
that
me.
note, it's time to end the show. We will be back tomorrow for Morning Brews at 9 a.m, the usual time. And Brian will be doing an Evening Brews later at 6 p.m, the UK time, the usual time for all the Brews content here on Tottenham on Tour. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a great rest of your day. Hit the catchphrase, Dave.
Just quickly, 149 in watching. Please like and subscribe.
Highest
viewership for Morning Brews. So honestly, to you all, thank you very, very much. We do appreciate it. And we hope to see you all again. But as always, Doma ni mind.
And if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.